Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back. My name is Dwayne James and this is Mental Wellness Mondays. This week we're going to be talking about seasonal depression. Seasonal depression is a type of depression that occurs only during a certain time of year. It goes by many different names, some of them being holiday blues, which will give you a hint on the season that it falls under, or the clinical diagnosis or the clinical terminology is Seasonal Affective Disorder, also known as SAD. So seasonal depression is something that is very, very common. It affects a large mass of people, specifically people who live above the equator line. So the more north you are, the more common it is for either you or somebody that you know to experience symptoms of seasonal depression, which are the same symptoms of regular clinical depressions. Seasonal depression usually kicks in around the late fall, early winter time, and then it begins to titrate down. The symptoms begin to kind of decline once we begin to kind of ease into that spring-summer vibe, that spring-summer season. We can be here all day talking about the different characteristics of depression, but I at least want to touch base on one of them. The rest of them you can definitely find on my website though. So one of the characteristics of depression is what clinicians call anhedonia, right? Which is the lack of interest in something that once brought you joy or pleasure. So if you know someone, or for example, let's say that I enjoy painting, and when the seasons begin to change, my friends or people around me, my loved ones that know me well, find that the sight of like paintbrushes or the even the thought or the discussions of art just angers me, or it turns me off. That is a huge red flag that, you know, something is to come, or that there's possible seasonal depression. Aside from living far north from the equator, there are many other factors that play a role in who seasonal affective disorder or seasonal depression affects. And one of them, according to the National Institute for Mental Health, is women. Women are most commonly affected by seasonal depression. Secondly will be children as young as 13 have shown signs and symptoms of seasonal depression. This is why parents, it's important for us to monitor our children and to see changes in their behavior, because if this goes unchecked, these children can begin to develop unhealthy coping mechanisms to deal with what they cannot maybe articulate or figure out on their own as of yet. And lastly, family history. You know, if we have family members who are experiencing, you know, mental illnesses like depression, seasonal depression is much more likely to be passed down. So now that I'm finished with the information overload, what the hell do we do to like combat this thing, right? Winter's here. I may be experiencing some of these things. What the hell do I do? There are so many treatment options. Again, there's only treatment options. Depression is not curable. Some treatment options that I do feel work best, in my opinion, are psychotherapy, going to therapy. Go to therapy, get your butts in therapy. Everybody go to therapy. Everybody needs to go to therapy. Secondly is, for some people, depending on the severity of depression, antidepressants, so medication is a great option. And lastly is to exercise. It's such a cliche and it's so common, and I feel like everyone says it, but it actually does work, because when exercising, dopamine levels spike up, and that is a huge game changer when it comes to combating depression. Thank you guys so much for checking out this week's episode. Do not forget to take care of yourselves this week. If you like what you're hearing, hit the like button, comment, repost, let a friend, cousin know, whatever the case is. It's all love, y'all. I wish you guys a great week. See y'all on Wednesday for the live discussion. Peace.